Man, Nipsey Hussle, man,
Tell me about it.
that's my dear brother right there.
Oh,
Nipsey
brother.
is he's a South Central legend.
Glad to hear that.
He was a businessman. He was a leader, a teacher, a father, an entrepreneur. It's a real honor to be able to appear here and to show love on behalf of my friend, my brother, a great man, a great leader, a great father, a great teacher, and a great friend, Nipsey Hussle. He was a young man that just really had vision out of this world, so his legacy definitely will live on. You know, it's tragic that his death came at such an untimely, time in this world, but we understand that when God calls on you, it's his time.
Snoop Dogg just dropped a courtroom shocker. And what he hinted about Lauren London has reignited rumors the streets have whispered about for years. From the way it's being interpreted, it looks like Snoop isn't fully buying the official stories surrounding Nipsey Hussle's death. Lauren London's name has reportedly surfaced during this ongoing trial, and word is she could be called to testify. If that happens, every version of the story will be put under the spotlight. According to circulating reports and courtroom chatter, Snoop isn't just speaking on Diddy. He allegedly questioned Lauren London's role in the sequence of events tied to Nipsey's final days, not openly accusing but suggesting there were quiet details that never made it public. And now, with this trial unfolding, people believe those unanswered questions are resurfacing. Before jumping to conclusions, it's important to understand how deep the bond between Snoop and Nipsey really was. This wasn't a surface-level celebrity connection. Snoop openly referred to Nipsey as the new Snoop. That kind of statement doesn't come lightly. If Snoop is speaking up, it's because he believes he knew what was happening behind closed doors. Their relationship went far beyond studio sessions. These were two West Coast figures connected by purpose, real ones, focused on uplifting their neighborhoods and their people. Snoop saw Nipsey as a younger reflection of himself, hungry, disciplined, and rooted in Crenshaw. They collaborated on records like Upside Down and Gangster's Life. Pushing authentic West Coast energy and representing the streets properly, Snoop even revealed that Nipsey helped write lyrics for his track 10 Toes Down on the 2016 Kool-Aid album. High praise that shows real respect for Nipsey's pen. And when Nipsey turned down playing Snoop in Straight Outta Compton, choosing to stay true to himself instead of becoming a replica, Snoop respected that move deeply. To him, that decision said everything about who Nipsey really was.
What is something that you learned from Nip?
Be you. This the G's you ever did. They was doing Straight Outta Compton movie, right? So Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, all them calling me. Man, we trying to get Nip to play you in Straight Outta Compton. He ain't getting back to us. All right, let me holler at the little homie. Boom, I hit him up, Nip. Let me holler at you, pull up on me. He come over to the spot. God, they want you to play me in the Straight Outta Compton movie. I'm happy as a motherfucker to tell him. He like, no disrespect, big homie, but I can't play you in the movie because then people gonna just know me for being you. I gotta be me.
And when they sat down together on GGN, talking about music, the community, and building real futures for the next generation, you could feel the bond instantly. It wasn't forced. It wasn't for cameras. That was genuine brotherhood too. West Coast leaders locked in on something bigger than fame, both focused on legacy and giving the youth a path forward.
First place I seen it at.
Oh yeah, that's the unauthorized. We ain't gonna promote that one.
So where the store at right now?
No, it's on Crenshaw and Slauson. It's on the southwest corner of Crenshaw and Slauson. We got two stores. We got the clothing store and then we got a cell phone shop next door to it. And really, my brother was responsible for that. I gotta give him the credit.
Hustler, right?
Yeah.
Now, when Nipsey Hussle was killed back in 2019, Snoop Dogg was shaken to his core. He didn't just lose another artist in the game, he lost a brother. And at Nipsey's memorial, Snoop stepped up and spoke from the heart. No filters. No holding back. His words were raw, real, and filled with pain, showing just how deep that loss really hit him.
It's a real honor to be able to appear here and to show love on behalf of my friend, my brother, a great man, a great leader, a great father, a great teacher, and a great friend, Nipsey Hussle.
He spoke about how Nipsey wasn't just a friend, but family. Someone who came from the same struggle, carried the same vision, and stood on the same mission, fighting every day to uplift their community and change the future for those coming after them.
Long story short, we ended up connecting, we ended up making music together, we ended up making a brotherhood, we ended up creating a bond, we created something that was special.
And Snoop stayed solid through it all. When rumors and false narratives started spreading, trying to stain Nipsey's name, Snoop didn't hesitate to fire back. He wasn't letting anyone play with his brother's legacy, whether it was online, in interviews, or even through music. Snoop stood 10 toes down for Nipsey, every time. We saw that loyalty clearly with Nipsey Blue, the tribute Snoop released on what would have been Nipsey's 35th birthday. That record wasn't just a song, it was a statement. And behind the scenes, Snoop always felt uneasy about how Nipsey was taken and the idea that there were bigger forces involved than just Eric Holder. More powerful people. People who never had to answer questions. That's where Lauren London re-enters the conversation. According to recent court leaks and insider chatter, Snoop may have been holding his true feelings back until now. The belief is that those with real power connected to Nipsey's death are still being protected, and Snoop is reportedly suggesting that Lauren knew more than she ever publicly admitted. With Diddy's trial unfolding right now, people are speculating that Snoop Dogg's testimony could bring uncomfortable truths to the surface, especially concerning Lauren London's alleged connection to the broader situation. If you've been following this story closely, you've probably heard the long-running rumors claiming Lauren may have been involved, directly or indirectly, in the events leading up to Nipsey's death. And more people are starting to question the idea that this was just a random, tragic hit. The word on the street is that it was calculated, because Nipsey wasn't just another rapper chasing chart positions, he was gaining real power, moving independently, and building something that didn't require permission. And that kind of influence makes certain people uncomfortable. Nipsey Hussle was only 33 years old when he was shot multiple times outside his Marathon clothing store on March 31, 2019. Eric Holder was later arrested and sentenced to 60 years. But for many, the questions never stopped there.
60 years to life in prison. This coming here on this Wednesday out of Los Angeles. Of course, this is a live look in the courtroom right now. The Superior Court judge handed out the sentence to Eric R. Holder, who was found guilty of the 2019 first-degree murder of the 33-year-old Grammy-nominated hip-hop artist outside the clothing store Hustle, founded in South Los Angeles, the neighborhood where both men grew up.
But the streets never stopped talking. A lot of people believe Eric Holder was just the trigger man, a pawn in a much bigger play. The real question has always been whether someone else was calling the shots from the shadows. And once again, Diddy's name keeps surfacing in those conversations. The word on the street is that Diddy didn't move alone, that he allegedly had someone on the inside, someone close to Nipsey feeding him information, someone nobody would ever expect. And now, all eyes are turning toward Lauren London, Nipsey's partner. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but that's what people are saying. Jaguar, right? Didn't sugarcoat it either. She flat out claimed that Lauren was the one who originally introduced Nipsey to Diddy. And once that claim hit the internet, it poured gasoline on an already raging fire.
With the biggest rapper at the time, everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in L.A.
And Nipsey even confirmed it himself during an interview on The Breakfast Club. He openly said that Lauren was the one who introduced him to Puff, putting that connection on record in his own words.
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff. Oh, got you. I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after,
Now people are really asking the question, was Lauren just Nipsey's girlfriend, or was she something more? Some believe she may have been Diddy's inside connection, someone placed close to Nipsey to keep tabs on him, monitor his moves, maybe even influence certain decisions. And now, according to reports, Snoop Dogg is allegedly backing up parts of that narrative. Word is, Snoop doesn't believe Nipsey's death was random street beef or gang-related chaos. He reportedly feels there was something deeper at play and that Lauren knows more than she's ever said publicly. Snoop has allegedly been connecting dots, pointing out that the relationship between Diddy and Lauren was a little too close for comfort. Old photos have resurfaced, showing Lauren and Diddy standing unusually close, looking real familiar, while Nipsey is off to the side, almost like the third wheel in his own situation. After Nipsey passed, Lauren did an interview with Angie Martinez, and that's when things really raised eyebrows. She said it was Diddy who helped her cope with the pain. She even repeated something he told her. "Look, boo, you showed everybody how to hold a man down and love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all falls apart. That's your responsibility." That didn't sound like casual comfort. That sounded layered. A connection with history. Lauren said Diddy called her boo, a nickname only Nipsey was known to use. That alone made people pause. Why would Diddy use something so personal between her and Nipsey? Then there's this, Lauren revealed. She attended a death seminar before Nipsey even passed. Let that sink in. Who goes to a grief or death seminar before losing their partner? A lot of folks find that hard to explain, unless she sensed something coming. Some believe it looks like preparation, preparing to grieve, preparing to play a role after the fact. And that's what made people uncomfortable, because people started connecting it to something else entirely. Didn't Diddy reportedly buy a gold casket a month before Kim Porter died? So now the question keeps coming. Up coincidence or a pattern?
I went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell me. Well, you're
Oh
just
my
telling
God.
me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share. Please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there? And what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies and that, it's just an experience in the physical form and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue. And if you have a spiritual relationship with someone on earth, you will have one with them when you leave earth. So I did this 2-day seminar on death. So
And this was how long ago?
I had to be 25.
What sent you there? Do you find that weird though?
I'm weird.
No, it's not weird that you would go. It's almost like you were preparing yourself for what you would have to deal with.
Well, I told you I didn't have such a connection to earth at a young age.
I know, but you don't find that as you were preparing yourself for what you were going to have to deal with.
But that we're all going to have to deal with.
The word is Nipsey didn't really have those deep industry connections. He moved like a lone wolf, independent, calling his own shots. Lauren, on the other hand, had access real industry ties. And once she brought Nipsey into Diddy's circle, Puff became more involved in Nipsey's career. Diddy reportedly played a role behind the scenes on Victory Lap, Nipsey's biggest album. And from that point on, people say Puff wasn't just an observer, he was plugged in, watching closely, and connected to every major move Nipsey was making.
I'm saying, Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap. So a lot of people don't know this. We got them to change it. In Wikipedia, somebody over at the label tried to leave my name out, but he came to me and said, I want you to be a part of helping me finish up this album. And so I was a part of not just the records I was on with him on his last album. He was like, yo, I'm a big fan of Life After Death.
Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, revealed that Nipsey once asked Diddy to make Victory Lap feel like Biggie's Life After Death's album, the same legendary project that dropped after Biggie was killed.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as Life After Death. That same feel was that Biggie got, and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
According to Gene, that was Nipsey's biggest misstep. Once Diddy got involved, he allegedly got his hooks in deep. And some say that's when plans for Nipsey's downfall could have started. Now, with Snoop reportedly set to testify, everyone's paying attention because Snoop knew Nipsey better than most. Right in the middle of Diddy's trial, word came from courtroom insiders that his legal team introduced new evidence allegedly tied to Lauren London. Yeah, tapes supposedly linking her to Diddy. Rumors have been flying about explosive footage showing major celebrities caught up in Diddy's shadowy world. Wild parties, freak-offs, alleged illegal dealings, things that could literally drop jaws if proven true.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood.
A lot of those celebrities don't deny attending Diddy's parties, but they're quick to say they left before anything shady went down. Still, people wonder, if it was really that bad, why keep showing up year after year? Now, with tapes allegedly connecting Lauren to Diddy's inner circle, the questions are piling up. Was she truly loyal to Nipsey, or was she playing both sides? And why is Diddy's team pushing this narrative now? Some think it's possible Diddy is trying to take Lauren down with him as his empire starts to shake.
Yeah, how would you describe Cassie's demeanor when she took the stand today?
When she walked in there, Rachel, she had on a brown dress, form-fitting, visibly pregnant, head held high, and did not make any eye contact with the defendant, with Sean Combs.
She also was testifying that, that these physical threats, one thing that stood out to me that she said was if she made the wrong face, the next thing I knew I was getting hit in the face. And she said he controlled almost every aspect of her life. He gave her essentially busy work, a to-do list, so he would know what she was doing at all times. If he couldn't reach her, he was incessantly texting her until someone went and checked to see where she was. She also said that he controlled her appearance. Sometimes he didn't like her hair, he wanted her to dress sometimes a tomboy. He wanted her nails to be white, she testified, especially during the freak-offs. And one thing that she said she was concerned about was blackmail, because a lot of these freak-offs were recorded, and the big concern was hers that they could end up in the internet if somehow she did something to upset.
One online user wrote, "If London betrayed Nipsey Hussle and the way he cared about her, she needs to pay. Hope she goes to prison too." Another said, "Nip didn't need Puff. He was doing everything on his own, straight from the hood, no help from anyone. He was thriving until Diddy stepped in. Nip wasn't about Hollywood." And yet another chimed in, "I've been saying it from day one. She's guilty. No emotion when he died. This trial? It's way bigger than that. It's a messy mix of power, loyalty, and betrayal." With Snoop allegedly spilling secrets no one else would touch, this story is far from over. The big questions remain. Did Lauren know more than she's admitting? And why has she stayed quiet while all this unfolded? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you think this is wild, click the next video to go even deeper into the drama surrounding your favorite stars.